Today is January 20th, and I just realized, again, I have to say that it's amazing to me that I'm able to like walk and breathe at the same time, essentially. Um, and I discovered this, and the reason is because it's amazing to me that how obvious certain things are, and I'm still not aware of why it's so obvious. It's too obvious to me that it's so obvious that I didn't see it. Um, Now I'm beginning to see, uh, for instance, for the reason I say that is because so when I make a trade, I need to be actively looking at it as a day trader. If I am a if I am a swing trader, I don't have to look at it. As soon as I place the trade, I don't even have to look at it for a day or two or whatever. I don't have to look at it. But when I am a day trader, especially an intraday, some period between a micro scalper, somewhere a little bit beyond micro scalper, I need to be actively looking at my trade. Such as I need to be like clicking on certain things to adjust certain parameters so that I can manage my trade. Without managing my trade, if I were to set it initially, then if the stock is moving up, then if it moves back down to where I bought it, then I would be out of commissions, even though it's selling for the same price. And probably most likely when I set it, if I'm purchasing options, it has a tendency to shift a little bit from the price that I set, the marked value. And so it has occurred to me, SMB Capital talks about certain individuals who get into their program and then while they're trading, they're actually watching sports or or something like that because it is essentially what that means is their brain, their mind has been uh, hijacked by by some other forms instead of focusing on the the allowing the self to be in the moment to make the trade. And so it has occurred to me that when a trade is made, there are things that I need to do, and that those things that I need to do requires me to be focused precisely in the things that I'm supposed to do while trading. Obviously, the first thing that I need to do now is to set the stop loss. Okay, just set it. If I had set the stop loss, today's loss would have been just a passing memory. And getting into this situation of not setting the stop loss, especially trading with options, with the short-term options, it could essentially all the money that I've traded, the volatility is so high that it could just essentially erase everything in my account. And so it has finally occurred to me. It has finally, these are the last words these are the famous last words, saying to myself, okay, I understand what I need to do. I finally woke up. I finally realized. And then a little bit later on, I do the same thing, just forgetting that what I originally. Anyway, it's getting complex. So I could say to myself, look, I got it. I got this. I got this. However, only through a extended view of trading results can I truly allow the data to speak for itself. So trading essentially requires, the type of trading that I do requires me to be focused in the trading that I'm doing, moment by moment basis, making subtle changes, small changes if required in my trade to optimize my trade. And if certain situations deviate from that, from my thesis, then I am able to, such as this case, is to adjust my trailing stop that will allow me to exit the trade and pocket the gain that I have. So in the past, like today, like today, I made a trade and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, and then at a certain point, I said to myself, "Wow!" I kept using the word "wow," and I'm like frozen, like a deer in a headlight. Wow! Look at that! Look at how much money that I lost. And then I close it up and say, "Surely I didn't lose this much." And then I would look at it and go, "Oh my God, I did lose that much." And I would say, "Wow, how could this happen? Wow!" And just frozen in place, not being able to do anything, because it's so it is essentially, it's so debilitating, the results of the movement of the stock moving against me. It's something that is so simple that I neglect to appreciate and respect. And that essentially is it just essentially turned my account essentially upside down. So it's essentially, it's really time to take this thing very, very seriously. And when I'm sitting here and I'm making that trade, I need to make sure that I'm focused in the task at hand. That is the business of trading.